What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today in this video, as you can see by the title, we are installing a spare tire delete from SUPAREE. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so guys, like I said in the previous video, we are deleting everything that you guys see here. Now, so why am I deleting my spare tire carrier? Well, if you guys don't know already, this is a heavy duty swing out tire carrier made by DV8. Now, I have nothing against DV8 off-road. I think they make great products. I love the designs of the products too, but I've just had a bunch of trouble with this tire carrier. And if you look all over YouTube, there's a lot of other people, and I quote, that have had a bunch of issues with this specific tire carrier. Now, so like I said in the previous clip, I've had a lot of issues with this tire carrier, but today we are getting rid of that temporarily with this spare tire delete kit from SUPAREE. Now, I hope I'm saying that right. I believe I am, but I will link this down in the description box below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. It was about $60 off of Amazon, and let's go ahead and get into it. So everything that you see here in my hands is what comes in the kit. Now, we've got what I assume, I haven't opened this yet, what I assume is your new third brake light. We've got some wiring for that third brake light. We've got some rubber grommets here as well, and a instruction sheet, obviously, and the spare tire delete bracket, I guess you can call it, itself. It's pretty cool. It's got a American flag engraved into this. Of course, it's going to be covered up by your license plate. It's got a spot for a license plate light on the bottom. Now, some states obviously don't require this, but mine does. It's got the spot for the third brake light here, and then I'm guessing these are just for accessories of whatever you want. I've seen on the images on Amazon you can put antennas on here and just a bunch of other stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and disassemble all of this. I'm not going to show any of that on camera. Actually, I might just do a giant time lapse of it, but we're going to take all of this apart, and I'm not going to show a tutorial of it because everybody's Jeep is different, and then we'll come back and we'll show you guys how to install this spare tire delete. Let's go ahead and get into it. Interjection here. This is coming apart a lot easier than it went on. Another interjection here. If y'all saw that, I said previously that it's coming off a lot easier than it went on, and that's true, but that was a fight. Like, I don't even know how that happened. All right, guys, so there you have it. That tire carrier is off. Now, I will say that these brackets here I'm going to have to leave on for a little bit, solely to the fact that I am going to be replacing this trim right here, or the body panel on both sides, because I drilled into both of them, and I don't want holes in the back of the Jeep and water getting in there and rusting and blah, 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 whatever, right? So I will be replacing that soon, and we will be making a video on that as well. And on this side as well, like I said, I am going to be replacing this piece here. I have to keep these on here because these are the Deviate Off-Road hinges that came with the kit. So I have to keep these on here. And these little plastic covers, you can get off Amazon. So our next step is, or I guess my next step is, I'm going to kind of clean this area up a little bit, and I'm going to tighten down my bolts, make sure my hinge bolts for my door here are nice and snug, and we can move on and finally install this spare tire delete. All right guys, so I cleaned this area up a little bit, and our first initial step to install this spare tire delete kit is to remove your spare tire carrier. So if you have your stock spare tire carrier, I'm obviously not going to be showing on how to remove that since I removed my old aftermarket one off of here. So go ahead and take your time and remove your stock or your aftermarket spare tire carrier, and you can catch up to me on this part of the video. Right now I'm going to remove this plate and we can go ahead and get started. All right guys, so our next step here is we're going to grab our bracket and we're going to go ahead and install our license plate and the light that came with the kit. So the light that came with the kit obviously is just going to go right here. You can line the holes up and screw everything down. It's got little washers and nuts on there for you to tighten down. Now, if you don't want to install this light here, you're going to have to figure out another way. If your state requires it, or your county or whatever requires it, a license plate light. Now, if your state does not require it, then it's not a big deal. I didn't want to install this because I just wanted to do a light on there, a license plate light, but this has one embedded into it. So it's two lights. It's your brake light and it is your license plate light. So I'm just going to go ahead and install that on there, and later in the future I'm going to be getting rid of this and installing a whole new setup, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and install these onto bracket. So before this next clip plays, I want to put a really important note out there. If you're going to be doing any wiring in this video or period on your Jeep, you need to disconnect the negative battery terminal on your Jeep's battery. Do that first and then go ahead to the next clip. Guys, so I went ahead and pulled our plastic trim off. Now, what I want to show you guys is this plug is something that I added in later. You're not going to have this. If you do, that's cool, but I added this in later when I added another, it was another iteration of this rear end here. So this is not an OEM wire. Now, I'm going to be using this wire as my accessory wire. In the kit, it comes with a bunch of like extension wires for you to extend your wires to the light here on the back. Since I already have this wire in place, I will not be using this, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to use this. So on the back of your light here, we have a brown wire, a yellow wire, and a green wire, and you're going to splice into your OEM harness. Now, like I said, I've already done that. So your positive wire is going to be a white wire with a purple stripe, and your negative wire is a black one. Negative is black, positive is white with a purple stripe. So go ahead and do all of this wiring. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to leave me a comment down below and I'll answer it as best as I can. So let's go ahead and get all of this wired up, and I'll come back and run you guys through it again once we've got it installed. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in the video, I have spliced up a lot of this video, and solely for this reason. The wiring was a little bit confusing at first, but I have cleaned it up a little bit as best as I can, and this is the proper way to wire this up. So once you've got your light wires, we got the brown wire, green wire, and yellow wire, and like I said previously, I've got my red wire and I've got my black wire. Now, the way that this is wired up is the green wire on our wiring harness goes to the negative the negative wire here. So green to negative and yellow and brown to positive, which is super weird. I just don't understand why you couldn't just conjoin these wires, or SUPAREE could have sold it this way and it be just make this a red wire and make this a black wire. It doesn't have to be all color coded like this, or non-color coded and difficult. Just make them two solid colors and be done with it. But it's whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and hook these up like I said before. Let's do this again. Green to black, yellow and brown to red, green to black, yellow and brown to red. Let's go ahead and wire this up properly. All right guys, so I've got this completely wired up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to loosely install this onto the Jeep and test out our light to make sure it works. And there we have it guys, we have our working lights. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this back off, wrap everything up in electrical tape or shrink wrap, and then complete this installation. There you have it guys, that is the complete installation of the SUPAREE spare tire delete kit. Now what we can do next is we can go ahead and fill the these holes. If you don't have caps for these already, it does come with some. We can go ahead and put those in there. Now I will say the hole right here behind the spare tire delete can be covered up with that vent cover if you guys took it off. I did not know that. I thought this was going to completely cover this up, so that's my bad if you guys installed this without that vent cover on there. That's my bad. I don't have mine. I don't know where it went, so I'm gonna have to order a new one and put that on there so no water gets into the tailgate. Obviously that would be bad, so I'm going to order one and I'll put that on later. And yeah, so let's go ahead and close this video out. And there you have it guys, that is the complete installation of the SUPAREE spare tire delete for 2007 through 2018 Jeep JK and JKU Unlimited. If you guys enjoyed this video and if I helped you out in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like down below. Also leave me a comment and subscribe for more videos like this. We'll see you guys next week.